Hi everyone! For those of you who don't know me, my name's Jordan and welcome to Couture Commitments, which is a channel all about weddings, and I'm so excited about. This is the first official video for this channel, which I'm even more excited about, so I'm glad that you're here. And I wanted to start off this channel and just this, first video with talking about something fun, and that is dress shopping, because really that's the best part of the wedding experience, is getting the dress and finding the perfect dress. So I just wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to give you my top 5 tips for buying your wedding dress. So here we go. My first tip is do lots of research, which I know would come across as being kind of obvious, but so many brides go into a dress appointment not having looked at anything, and they have no clue what they want, and they just want the consultant to do all of the work, and you're gonna end up leaving the salon frustrated and not finding something if you do that. So it should go without saying, but just do lots of research. Buy wedding magazines, go on Pinterest, go on websites, just look at wedding dresses a ton before you ever go shopping. And that will just help to find styles that you think will look good on you, or you think will work with your venue or the season or whatever. Just find dresses that you think are pretty, and then go into the salon, say, this is what I like, and then the consultant will at least have an idea of things to pull for you. It'll just go so much better if you just do your homework before you go. Especially if you're going to a specific salon, look online as to what dresses they have in the salon. Most of the websites will say that, and yeah, it'll just be a better experience for you if you do your homework. So can't stress that enough, do your research. My second tip is to limit your entourage size and make sure whoever you're taking is going to be really supportive of you. That I would think would also go without saying, but you don't need to bring everyone and your dog. If you're having 6 bridesmaids, they don't all need to come. If you have, 5 aunts and 3 grandmas and, they don't all need to come. Like, just limit your size and everything will just go better, because if you're trying to please everybody, you're not going to come out with what you really want. So 4 people really is the max of what I would suggest to bring with you. Just, your mom, maybe your mother-in-law, maid of honor, and, maybe one close friend or a grandmother or something. That's really all I would do. It's just not necessary to bring more, and it's gonna be trouble, because everyone is gonna have a different opinion. Everyone is gonna have, just something to say too, and you don't necessarily want 1,000 opinions coming at you. You want to get what you feel comfortable in, not what they want you in. So limiting your size is important, and even if you have a small size, if the people you bring aren't supportive of what you want, or they have other ideas, or they just are gonna say something about size or fit, or are gonna make little comments like that, know the people you're bringing and know if they're going to be people that are willing to really support you in what you want before you go. So people you bring with you, very important. My third tip is to know your budget, but not just know your budget, know it with add-ons like alterations and accessories, and then also share your budget with your entourage. This is so huge, and so many brides just completely overlook this, and then it ends up disastrous. Knowing your budget, first of all, is just really important, because if you go in just thinking, oh, well, I'll find the dress that I love and then we'll just figure it out, you're gonna end up falling in love with a $15,000 gown, and you maybe can only pay close to $2,000 or $3,000 or less. And so just know what you want to spend and don't deviate from it unless someone else is going to chip in and pay the difference. And that's the other thing with sharing it with your entourage. Your entourage needs to know your budget too, because they could easily grab a gown and say, I want you to try this on, and it could be way over your budget. And if no one else, if you're paying for the dress yourself, especially be a stickler to it. If someone else is paying for the dress, they aren't really going to appreciate you going crazy over their budget unless someone else is going to chip in and pay the difference. If you've got that covered, that everyone knows if it's over, someone has to chip in, then okay. But I think everyone involved would appreciate it if you stayed to your budget. Your entourage needs to know it so they don't pick you something crazy. And as far as knowing your budget with alterations and with accessories, those add-ons can be a lot. Even basic alterations can get up to $500. And That's crazy, but it is what it is. Bridal gowns are complicated, alterations cost more. If you need it taken in, especially in the sides, it's gonna be $400 or $500 easy. And so budget that into your budget. Don't go in thinking my budget is $3,000 and then realizing you're actually going to be paying $3,600 and then having that be a problem. You don't want to get into that situation. Same thing with accessories, not just alterations. Your veil, your jewelry, your shoes. If you need a belt with your dress, it's all going to cost more. So know what you want to spend with all of those things and you'll be in a much better situation. My fourth tip is to know your personal style and know your favorite shapes, but also be open to trying other things. It's very important to stay true to yourself, especially on your wedding day. You don't want to end up in something that you don't really like, obviously. But, so if you 100% know you want a ball gown, you want to be that princess bride, don't deviate from it. There's no reason to deviate from that if that is what you want. And, with style too, if you know that you like things with a lot of bling, or you know that you like things that are really plain, you don't need to deviate from that. That said, consultants have their jobs for reasons, and they do know what they're doing. So, sometimes they might think, I really think that that would look really great on her, I think that this would be perfect. Be open to trying other things, because maybe you just haven't thought of something, and maybe they could pick something for you that would be perfect and you just wouldn't have thought of it. And it's just important not to rule those things out, because maybe there's another option for you that you just didn't know about. So that's a big deal. And in turn, a lot of times brides say like, I do not want this, I do not want this, and sometimes that's the thing they end up with and that they fall hardest for, is that the thing that they were adamant that they didn't want it. So you just never know. So know what you want, but be open to changes. My last tip is one that I see brides screw up all the time, and you'd think it would be so obvious, but apparently it's not. Taking your venue and your season into account. It would seem so obvious, like clearly you're going to take the season of your wedding into account when you buy a dress, but so many brides just don't. And I see brides getting married on the beach that wear something with a 10-foot train. It's gonna get dirty and sandy and it's gonna look horrible. I've seen brides get married in July that have worn heavy taffeta princess gowns and then they're sweating to death. I've seen brides get married in the winter that have worn breezy open chiffon dresses. Like, just take it into account. And it seems so simple, but it's really important. And with your venue as well, if you're getting married in a Catholic church, you probably need sleeves. And if you're getting married outside, you might not want something with sleeves, so then you don't end up with, sunburn and tan lines. It seems so basic. It really does, but just write it on the checklist when you're looking at things for gowns, and, just keep it in mind. Just keep it back here and you'll be all set. I hope that helped you a little bit, guys. I mean, it's 5 basic things just to keep in mind when you go shopping. Even if you're not the bride, if you're in a wedding, it's really good to share with the bride. Just, they're basic things that people just often forget. So I really hope that you liked this video. Thumbs up it if you liked it, or don't if you didn't. And yeah, I will see you next Friday, because I will be posting every Friday, cross your fingers. And I will also today be posting on the blog, which I'll link below, a blog post about my personal shopping experience with my best friend who is the bride at a couple different David's bridals. And since that is a very popular bridal dress venue, I just wanted to share with you my personal experience shopping there. So check that out too, and I will see you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.